Employer groups are already pushing back after being warned that the UK's new work visa system will not be business as usual. British Chambers of Commerce head Adam Marsall last night warned that the UK's critical labour shortages meant businesses still need access to workers at all skill levels, while the visa application process needed to be radically simplified. Home Secretary Priti Patel will today add more detail to plans for expanding the points-based work visa system to include EU migrant workers, which will replace freedom of movement from the 1st of January 2021. The government argues it will reduce overall net migration by preventing firms from hiring low-skilled workers from the EU. Under the new system, qualifying salary and skills thresholds have been lowered, from an average of £30,000 to £25,600, and from graduate to A-level equivalent, so that industries such as construction don't suffer a sudden skills gap. The system will also allow migrants to trade points so that workers in areas where there is a shortage, such as nurses, could qualify for a work visa even on a lower salary. The government is keen to move away from businesses being reliant on cheap EU labour, one government official said, meaning hospitality staff, factory workers and cleaners will no longer be able to work in the UK, unless they have settled status. Businesses will now need to invest in technology and invest in staff, they added. Firms would have a period of transition to get used to the new system, but the changes would come in from the end of this year, the official said. Responding to government's proposed immigration system, Tom Ironside, Director of Business and Regulation at the British Retail Consortium, said, retailers rely on complex supply chains and for these to function effectively must be able to access an adequate supply of workers. Although we welcome the reduction in the salary threshold, it is disappointing that the government has not understood the needs of the economy and the vital contribution of workers supporting the operation of warehouses, food factories and city centre stores. He added that when vacancies cannot be filled from the local labour market, businesses must be able to recruit from the widest talent pool available across all skill levels. We continue to call for a system that enables straightforward recruitment from a range of skill levels and avoids significant increases to the cost of employment, he said. However, Richard Burge, Chief Executive of London Chamber of Commerce and Industry, said, businesses will welcome that the government has set the minimum salary threshold for skilled migrants closer to £25,000 than the initially mooted £30,000. They will also be relieved by the lowering of the threshold for what's considered skilled, as well as a suspension of the cap on skilled workers. What are the changes? UK's point. For more on this story, visit the news article link.